Board. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all around the world. I'm so excited for today's quick presentation. It's going to be a quick presentation about some key points. This is not to get us excited. It's not going to excite you. It's going to make you remember where you are and where you need to be. I don't want anyone to get offended with this training because we're all in the same boat. We just need to kick ourselves to move quicker, to move better, to move faster. So this is just a warning because I don't want you to take any of this words offensive. It's meant to push you up. It's not meant to excite. You're not going to get excited. It's going to make you think and think and think. That's the essence of the training. And after you go through the thinking process, it automatically gears out action in you. Okay? So before we go right into this training real quick, I want us to just take some few seconds and really know why we're here in this world, why we're here on Earth. And the best question to ask yourself to really understand you is this. I found these 4 questions to be the best questions in the world. If you can answer these 4 questions, you know exactly where you are. And the first question is, who am I? You need to know. This is a huge question. You know, who am I? The next question, just find it in your heart to ask yourself this question: why am I here? Why am I here? You see, I don't want to get too spiritual, but everyone created that God has created is here for a reason. That's everyone, the day they give birth to you, there was a purpose that was put on your life. Everyone has a reason why they're here. So the question you really need to ask yourself is, why am I here? If you haven't found your purpose in life, you got to find it. Very important. What can I do? The next question you need to ask deeply. Just close your eyes and think about it. What can I do? You have completely, I can tell you right now, including me, we have completely no idea what we're capable of doing. You know, we're talking of grand president. That is nothing, completely nothing compared to what you can do. Absolutely nothing. That is not even close to what you can do. People have no idea what they're capable of doing. We don't. If God can just mirror and show you for a minute what you are capable of doing, guys, you will not sleep. But you're not going to see that. But you need to understand what your capabilities are. You're greatly built for greatness. Next, what is your destination? What do you want to achieve in life? Where are you going? It's a big question. Where do you want to be? Give me 1 minute. Let me mute that music coming from somewhere. Sorry, guys. Okay. So let's take our time and just digest this question. You need to ask yourself this question. If you don't know the answer, you need to find it. Where are you going? What are you capable of doing? You have no idea, folks. Completely no idea what you're capable of doing. If you know what you can do, trust me, you will be so explosive, you will not sit down for 1 second. So these are the questions that really I sit down and ask myself every day. If you find answer to these questions, trust me, nothing in life is going to stop you. So now we're going to dive into the training for today. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm back. The dog was making so much noise, I had to lock him up, the lion. So, the topic for today is a very, very important topic we're going to be talking about. I really want you guys to open your heart, and really dive into it, reflect into it, think about everything I'm saying. Remember, Max did not to write all this stuff. This was written by great men. Most of them have passed away, but they left a legacy for us behind. So this is the same material that we're going to be using today. The richest place on earth. What is the richest place on earth? Everybody wants to know. We're going to find out today that the oil wells in Saudi Arabia is not the richest place. But before we go into the richest place in the world, let's talk about the tomb, the stone, tombstone. Now, this stone represents people who came to the world. So when people pass away, they put a tombstone to remind us that these guys were in existence. So a tombstone is used to remind people, or used to remind us, that people used to be here. It's a system of reminder. So when you go to the graveyard and you look at a tombstone, that's the only way you can realize this person was here. It was used to remind people or people that were here. But I'll tell you what, guys, people who are successful don't need a tombstone to remind us about their existence. Do you need to be reminded that someone like Nelson Mandela lived? Do you need a tombstone for that reminder? Ask yourself that question. No, you don't. Joe died in 1976. Do you need a tombstone for his reminder? Yes. Who can see it? Only people that can get to the graveyard can see that tombstone, because the guy left no legacy behind. This is what tombstones are used to remind us of people that existed. But people who were very successful on this earth, they don't need a tombstone. You don't need a tombstone to remember Nelson Mandela, who created a legacy before leaving this earth. I'll tell you what, no matter how big your tombstone is, no one will remember you if you didn't leave a legacy behind. You can make it the biggest tombstone in the world. You will not be remembered. I want to challenge us to live a life today, henceforth, that would not need a tombstone for us to be remembered. Everyone has greatness in them. I repeat, everyone that came to this world came into the world with greatness built in you. It's like a manufacturer of a machine. Everything has been built in that particular machine for success. You came in prepared, inbuilt with greatness. The question is, what are you going to leave behind when you leave this earth? What? Are you going to leave a liability, or are you going to leave a legacy behind? We want to leave a legacy behind. And that's why we have this opportunity that can get us, that can push us to that level whereby we leave a legacy behind. Guys, everything on earth was created intentionally for greatness. It was created to work greatly. You don't need to, a fish will not leave the water because he needs the water to survive. Everything was orchestrated and created for greatness. It's only the humans that break all these rules. The rule is the fish needs the water to survive, the fish stays in the water. But we as humans love to break the rules. If we can follow the rules, everything will work fine for us. Because guess what? We came into the greatness. The world was built for greatness. When we start breaking all these rules, that's when we start getting the negative results. You're built for greatness. You're in an environment that's filled with greatness. And this takes us to the main topic we have today. What is the wealthiest place in the world, guys? It's not the oil well in Port Harcourt or in Iran. It's not the diamond mines in South Africa. It's right behind you. Some of you, it's right behind your houses. The graveyard is the richest place in the world. This is where you have unused success. Unused success. People die with their treasure and take it to the graveyard. The graveyard is so rich, it's ridiculous. When people die, the expectancy of the graveyard is that they bring wealth to the graveyard, because so many people take their treasure. Their treasure. And we're going to be talking about what that treasure means. So many people take their treasure to the graveyard. And why is the cemetery the wealthiest place in the world? Because buried in the cemetery is treasures that make God weep. Because you were designed for greatness. And when you die, you take that treasure that was put in you to create change in the world, you take it back to the graveyard, and when you die, he weeps. Oh God, I have built this people for greatness, but they bring it back to me. It's like someone gives you $100 to invest in a project. You go back and you take the same $100 to the person. That's not going to be our portion. If you can only mine the graveyards, you'll be the wealthiest person in the world. Because there you'll find dreams. There you'll find visions. There you'll find books that people should have written. And we're going to go through all those points. Books that people should have written, you'll find there. They died with a treasure in them. There you find music that never played. When I'm referring to music, I'm not just referring to the sound. Everyone has the music in them that's playing right now. That's the music of greatness. There's a music playing in your mind, playing in your heart. That music is the music of greatness. It's telling you, you got to take action. We all have music. Listen to your music. Most people take this music to the graveyard and die with the music. Ideas, dreams never came to reality. Because we keep talking about doing stuff and not being about it. We talk about great ideas. Oh, we can do this, we can do that. Nobody moves. Nobody takes action. And guess where it's going to go? To the richest place in the world. The graveyard. Guys, you are inbuilt for greatness. I'm not trying to scare you guys about debt, but I'm giving you the reality about it. Those ideas, you need to bring them out. Those dreams you have, there's a reason why you have dreams. If you can think about it, you can do it. Your dreams can become your reality. You just need to bring them out. Don't take it to the graveyard. Visions that people have goes to the graveyard. Why? Because they never took action. Visions that never became reality is filled in the graveyard. What a rich place, filled with so much greatness. That's why God weeps when he looks at the graveyards, filled with things that he installed in people. People that never took actions. We're all given this fabulous, this wonderful, this great opportunity that can change life globally. But we fail to take action. I'm not referring to anyone here. This training, people are going to listen to this training. In the next 20 years, they're going to listen to this training because of what we're going to do. So I'm not just talking to the people on this training, I'm talking to the people in the next 20 years. People that never took action. They had an opportunity, but did nothing about it. What happens with something you do nothing about, the day you leave this earth, it goes to the graveyard with you. And you're going to answer that call, what you did with what you were given. Buried in the graveyards are great men who died as alcoholics. These are people that should have created impact on the world. Also, women who died as prostitutes. Why? Because they took the treasure to the graveyard. Folks, we are leaders. Everyone on this call, everyone at the sound of my voice is here because they're a leader. And your primary assignment is to help people die empty. I repeat, your primary assignment in World GN is to help people die empty. Bring out the greatness in them. Help them see they can do more. Save them from taking the treasure to the graveyard. And we're going to talk about what this treasure is. That's why the graveyard is so rich. Every day that passes, someone is getting ready to take a treasure to the graveyard, the richest place in the world. Every single day, treasure goes to the graveyard. Every day. What a rich place to go and mine. Folks, I'm afraid that someone listening or someone that will be listening to this training is a prospect that's going to add wealth to the graveyard. This is not your portion. I'm afraid, I'm scared. And that's why we're here, to work as a team and make the graveyard broke. We're going to go there empty, and we're going to go there when we're old and ready to go. But I'm afraid that this treasure, it's going to the graveyard. Why? Because we need to help people, guys. We need to help people discover themselves. There's too much treasure going to the graveyard. It's your primary assignment to help people disappoint the graveyard, disappoint the cemetery, rob the cemetery, go there empty. People go there full. That's the expectancy ratio. Rob it. We'll get there when we're ready to get there, but start robbing it today. What you do today is robbing it, is robbing the richest place in the world. Because people just take their treasure there and die there. We didn't come to the planet to receive. We came to add value to people. We came to give to the world. Guys, don't rob the world. You're an explosion of treasure. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in your business, in your homes, in your family, you're robbing the world of the treasure that was put in you the day you were born. Don't let the cemetery take your treasure. We are going to die empty when we're ready. No one came to the planet empty. Everyone came fully loaded. There's no empty person that comes to this world. You come fully loaded. You need to find you. You will not depart in this world until every dream is that you have thought about, every dream, everything on your dream board comes to pass. This is my affirmation. It's all about taking action. What makes the difference between Donald Trump and Maxwell is action. That's the difference. It's all about taking action, guys. The action you take will rob the graveyard when you die. What is treasure? Treasure is your potential. When I meant treasure, I wasn't talking about gold. I wasn't talking about people who are buried with $2 million diamonds. They bury people with it. What are they going to do with it? They're already dead. That's not what I'm talking about, guys. When I'm talking about treasure, I'm talking about potential. Potential is untapped power, dominant strengths. All you could be, but you haven't become yet. all you could become, but you haven't become yet because there's something holding you back. All you can do, but you haven't done yet. Potential. That's the greatest wealth in the world. Potential is not what you have done. Whenever you do something, it's no longer a potential. It's not what you've done, it's what you need to do. Potential is everything that is unused within you. Diused. Now take notes. This just came to my head. This is a new phrase. Diused. Potential is everything that is unused within you. We all came loaded to make deposit for the next generation. And when you fail to use your potential, you become a generational thief. You're supposed to leave something for the next generation. That greatness in you is supposed to create wealth. It's supposed to create greatness for the next generation. But when you die full, you rob the next generation. What are you doing to create that for the next generation? When you die, what will you be remembered for? When you die, you're going to become a liability or a legacy. What are people going to remember you for? Are you just going to be a tombstone, or you're going to be remembered for the great things you have done in this world? Broke people can make impact. If you want to impact the world, your goal is to help feed 2 million kids. You got to start making money now. And you have what it takes to make that money. We need to impact the world. And to do that, we need funds. Whatever dreams you have, I know your dream is not just to make money with World GN. Most of us have dreams to feed kids. Most of us have dreams to help the homeless people. It's not going to happen if you're broke. What are we leaving behind? Never worship what you have done. It could stop you from where you could be. When you attain success, it's great. Look at it, great. And move forward. Don't dwell on that success. It will hold you back. So this training is not to get you inspired. It's to get you to think. You have a purpose why you're here in this world. And you're not going to take it back. We're not going to let no one take that back. There's too much treasures already in the graveyard. Too much potential in that graveyard. You have greatness in you. You're built for greatness. The world has been built for greatness. When you come into it, you determine if you're going right or if you're going left. It's your decision. The power of a decision is a game changer, guys. Make that decision today to leave this world with a legacy. Who says you can be better than Nelson Mandela? It doesn't have to be in a political side. It could be in another angle. Find you. Why are you here? What are you supposed to be doing and achieving? So we need to deeply think about what's the purpose of you leaving. It's not to wake up in the morning, eat, sleep, go to 8 hours job, sleep, come back, wake up, do the same thing the next day. This is not what you're designed for. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You're built for greatness. And for that greatness to come out, it means taking radical action. The prescription to anything that you need to bring result, your prescription, I'm giving you the prescription to it, is action. You want radical success? Here is your prescription. Just like the pharmacy gives a prescription for illness, I'll tell you what, the prescription to radical success is action. That's the drug. That's the prescription. There's no other prescription to that problem. So folks, I'm calling for everyone on this call and everyone that's going to be listening to this call, including me. Let's leave a legacy behind. It's so important. Don't rob the next generation because you refuse to move from where you are. Leave something behind. Create a momentum that's going to shake the whole world. People are going to remember you from generation to generation. And that being said, guys, we are going to end the 3 minutes training. I'm going to open it up. I hope I didn't strike you guys too much today. I'm going to open this up because this topic means so much to me and inside the trainer. And that being said, you guys can you can unmute yourself. We're going to give it to Ed Mesa to go take it away first. The oldest and the youngest man in the house. Ed Mesa, take it away. Ed Mesa, you there?
Hey, how are you, everyone?
Okay.
You know, what you were saying about the graveyard, someone asked me one day, Howard Hughes was the richest man in the world at one time. And they said, how much money did Howard Hughes leave when he died? I says, I know exactly how much money he left. He left it all. See, there's no roof rack on a hearse. When you leave this spinning planet, no matter what you have, everything you have, your house, your car, your furniture, everything you have as an expiration date, it belongs to someone else. So the only thing we have left is no materialistic things. We only have our legacy, okay? And so that's basically what you were talking about today is the legacy that we carry for the rest of our lives. So when we leave this world, what we need to do is basically leave something behind that people can remember. Some people live to be 80 years old, but they die at 50, okay? They go to their grave at 50 because they're at a certain age in their life and they feel that maybe they're too old or maybe they're too complacent or maybe, this is not something for me. And so they don't physically die, but they mentally die. And that's what happens. And so when you're talking about the richest people in the graveyard, it is really true that a lot of people, they physically die in one way, but mentally they die in another way. So when we have a product here that can save people's lives and make a difference, we need to step up to the plate and leave a legacy. And so that's what it's all about for me. And being on these calls today, obviously we're all on the same page. We all want the same thing for each other. So
awesome. Very, very powerful talk. Eustace, I see you already unmuted. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maxwell. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I came to realize while you were speaking that you are actually fulfilling your purpose and destiny. What you're doing is you are doing what is called an empowerment. You're really empowering your hearers, the people that are going to be listening to you, not just those of us on the call, but the generations that will be listening to this recording. And what you're doing is you're reminding us of the potentials and the abilities that we have and how to release them by taking action and taking action in the right direction, and also to be very fruitful and productive. So in a sense, while you are helping us to fulfill our own destiny, you are actually releasing your potential, and you're doing so much, and you're doing a good job. And I'm so glad because that is actually the area that what I want to do as well. So I see it as a strong vision that you have, and it's really a great one. It's really a great one. So I really commend what you're doing, and I say a big thank you to Ed for what he has told us about the graveyard and the visioning and all that. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. Fulfilling our destiny is key. Now, our business, even in World Global Network, is a means to an end. is a means to an end. We're not just here to raise money. We're here to raise men. Don't just raise money. We're raising men. And we will have all the money that we ever need. Ed said something about one of the richest men in the world that passed on, and that at the end of the day, he left it all. So what are you going to leave behind? That's the question. Are you going to leave behind the legacy, or you're going to leave behind the liability? We have so much on the inside of us. We have visions and dreams. If you live your life to chance, you don't have any chance. If you live your life to chance, you don't have a chance. If you want to walk by what comes at the end of the day, you will never have anything at the end of the day. So we need to make up our minds. Strength is inside. We must pull it out, and we must destroy ignorance. What we are doing today is pushing, being strong. Words are powerful. Thoughts are things. What you have put down, your thoughts and your words, they are vehicles to take us to the next level. So we really deeply appreciate what you've done and what you're doing. And I want you to continue in this light, because you see the result of what you are doing, you will see. You are sowing great seeds. You are planting great trees. They are in the seeds. Right now, there is something we say in our church: every tree a forest. I see that when I look at the binary. We are having a forest. That's what's going to happen. Every tree is a forest, because the potentials are in the seed. Therefore, we will have so much results. Ed, I want you to get ready. The results are on the way. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, everyone, for listening and tuning in. I've been trying to get so many people on this call because something is happening, so much is happening. Nobody needs to miss these calls anymore. We are fired up. I am fired up. And in the nearest future, we'll be seeing so much of this, and a lot of people will fulfill their potentials by taking action. Thank you.
Awesome. In fact, you really just inspired me. I was taking notes while you were talking. That's just so powerful. Every tree is a forest because trees carry seeds. Wow.
Yeah.
That's just powerful. Thank you so much, Eustace. Thank you so much. I took a lot of notes. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Next, we're going to take our Mobology. Mobology, you want to take it away? Let's hear from you.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, speak louder a little bit.
Okay. What a powerful training. Once again, thank you, Eustace. Wow, that was a powerful one. What I've been able to pick out of this is we're actually here for a reason. That reason is actually beyond us. That reason is meant to be a continuous journey till the end of time. And what that means is that by the time we're able to push out all the strength, all the power within ourselves, it will simply serve as a beginning for others to come. So like Ed said, you might have all the physical things in life, but once you're gone, people will rush for those physical things. But the things that they can't access is going to be your legacy. So that's a powerful thing. And something I've been able to pick out of this is that we are actually here to serve. We are here to serve God by serving others. And when I say serving others, is that we are here on earth to support others. Once we know that at the back of our mind, because like one of my main why is to help as many people as possible while I'm still alive. Okay? Because I know that will be my legacy when I'm gone. Okay? So, and I believe that for helping as many people as I can while still alive is serving God indirectly. Okay, so we need to go all out to support as many people as we can. And one of the ways to supporting and serving others is through this vehicle of a World Global Network, because we have so many people going through pains that they can't express, but with the might of technology, and technology is not man-made, technology is God-made, because technology comes in form of knowledge, and knowledge you can't quantify. Knowledge is priceless. And when you're actually born, you are born for a reason. And you are more like a container that has almost so much power to change the world. And it is now left for you to open that container within yourself and let out the knowledge. Okay, so technology came around as a result of knowledge by different sets of generation down to generation. Okay, so I strongly believe that we have more than we know, because you can't know what you know until you've done what you don't know. Okay, so I believe we need to go all out there and serve and help change the world towards making it a better place. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Very, very powerful speech by no one other than Mobology. Thank you for that addition. We're servants to people. We're serving people here. We're helping them attain. We're helping them to die empty. I'll put it that way. We're robbing the graveyard because they're going to die empty. Fantastic. Next, I see Luke is on. Obumere, I'm going to mute you. Take it away. If he's on.
Yeah, I'm on.
Take it away, Luke.
Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. You see, it's what you've said is actually the real truth. I was just watching the video of the entrepreneur. I was watching the video and I saw those times where he was rejected, when he came to doors he met several people for his business. They didn't appreciate him, but his persistence. At the end of the day, I saw him in his beautiful car, driving around, and obviously people will be jealous of what he's achieved. The truth is that you can always achieve your dream if you remain persistent and keep the vision alive by not being discouraged. So it applies to what we're doing. The product is there. We need to really go out and take action and ensure that we remain focused despite any other challenge, or maybe some people not appreciating what you're trying to show them. But I'm very confident that we have a very good product. So it won't even be that tough eventually. Focus is key. Focus is very, very key. Persistence is very important. One has to ensure that you achieve your goal and your dreams by being persistent and not being discouraged. I don't like talking about the graveyard, but the truth is that eventually, yes, many people die, not achieving their dreams and not achieving what is inside them. It is very, very painful, So it is good to be focused, to ensure that you maximize the opportunities that you have on a daily basis, so that at the end of the day you would have achieved your dreams, and you'll be a joy to your society, you'll be a joy to your world. People will remember you. You don't need to put any kind of tombstone or whatever. Your name will keep ringing a bell even after you're gone. There's a friend of mine that wrote a book. He called it "Leading from the Graveyard." He talked about people who, despite the fact they are no longer alive, their names are still all over the place. That's actually the best kind of legacy to leave behind.
That is so loaded, powerful. I just love what you just said. I need to go find that book, Leading from the Graveyard. You see, when people hear graveyard,
my line of the story.
I just wrote it down. When people hear graveyard, they begin to shake. They're afraid. The things you're afraid of are the things you really need to to know about. You're going to leave whether you like it or not one day. You're going to leave. I believe everyone's going to leave this earth old, strong, way, way older than Ed Mercer, double his age, stronger than him. But guess what?
Definitely.
That reminds me, a guy told me the other day, he was so excited. He says, I got a new job. I have 5,000 people under me. I said, congratulations. What do you do? He says, I mow the lawn at the graveyard. So he has.
That's funny. So yeah, great, powerful speech, Luke. Thank you so much. Just like you said, focus is the key. Persistent is vital. Persistency is the key to success. It's so vital. And when you die, leave from the grave, leave a legacy behind. And I saved this person for last, our pastor performer. Take it away.
Well, thanks a million, everyone that has spoken. Max, your training has always been it. For me, everything that you have actually taught since we got together by destiny has been just so awesome. And I'm actually not surprised about the contribution of Eustace. Neither am I surprised about the contribution of Luke. And what Mobolaji has said has been awesome. And of course, Ed is our custodian of wisdom. I'm not surprised at what everybody has said. Just like Eustace said, you are fulfilling destiny. That's the simple truth, Max. You are fulfilling destiny and helping many to fulfill their destinies. And from all these things that you teach us all of the time, you know, I enjoy listening a lot. And thankfully enough, everyone on this platform has something very tangible to share. And when one can listen, you can learn a lot. I've learned quite a number of things today. One thing I've found out is every time you come up with this kind of training is to ensure that none of us go to actually enrich the graveyard. It is better to go there empty. It is better to fulfill your potentialities completely here. And if you look at everything that our Lord Jesus even died for, permit me to always talk like that because that's the only thing that I have. If you look at everything that he died for, he died for the purpose of ensuring that what God made man to be, man becomes. It's not enough for God to make man in his own image and after his own likeness so that he could become the king and the creator like himself. Because God realized that man lost it. Man handed over that power to Satan. And so everyone that God has raised, either as prophets or as our Lord himself that came, was to just lead us in the way that God wanted us to live so that we can actually become that which God made us. And God made us creators, God made us potentials, not just potentials, but people that can actually fulfill destinies. And all these trainings, all these teachings, all these lectures that come to us, they come as seeds. And you know, there are seeds that seeds are actually life-giving. And when the seed comes, when the seed is planted in you, you may not see the result there and then immediately, but you can be sure that seed will germinate, that seed will grow, and that seed will produce. So all these things we hear every day gives us every time more opportunity to get closer and closer to our potentialities, to fulfilling our potentialities. And that's why I'm happy that none of us in this particular group has any right to go from this world without fulfilling his destiny. Because everything we hear every day helps us get closer and closer to knowing why we're here and why we actually must become, people that can grab their potentials and be able to use these potentials to bless our world. I can only say a very big thank you to you, Max, and thank you to Ed. Thanks to everyone else who has actually added value to our day today, because this particular meeting is a value addition meeting. I thought yesterday was the best, but I've seen another day that could actually compete very favorably with yesterday and probably conquer yesterday. That's the simple truth. And I want to say a very big thank you. Every time we gather like this, it's indeed iron sharpens iron, and it's indeed a time to get better and better. And I think every one of us, including even you, the presenter, have gotten better today, because you have heard even things that have added value to what you have actually told us. So I can only say thank you to you, and thank you to every one of you, Luke, Bombolaji, Eustace, Ed Mesa. I want to say a very big thank you. I've learned so much. And thank you, Max, because you always record these things. We can always keep this thing and continue to play them over and over, because these things we hear are not what you just hear once and just go away. They are things that you continue to hear and listen to and get better and better. So that's one area I will also say thank you also, so that we can also have it always and be able to listen to this, because we are also going to pass this thing on to others. And like you just said, these are not the kind of meetings that people should be missing for any reason. So we work more on all our downlines to ensure that more people actually listen to this, and so that because if everybody listens to this, we'll all operate from the same level and do exploits together. So thanks once again, and God bless you all.
Okay, fantastic. That was unbelievable. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for stepping up, Ed, because I was speechless here. That was so that was so powerful. Just there's one thing you said that really that I really felt it so strongly. We might not understand what this training is impacting on us. It might be that it's going to show up the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sowing seeds in ourselves. So that's so powerful. That's so powerful. You're sowing seeds that is going to spring up. You don't even know when it's going to spring up, but it's going to spring up from us. So great, very powerful contribution from everyone here this morning. I wish that everyone can be on these trainings and listen to our trainings, because the speed at which you guys are on, it's a turbo speed. And we need to get the rest of the people on that same level. At least even if they miss a train, let's make sure they listen to us. They listen to the trainings, because we want people to be on the same speed. We do not need followers, we need leaders. We are building leaders that are going to change generations. Okay? You might just look at what we're doing and think it's just to make money from World GN and create a name. No, this is the beginning of things you're going to do, because you're going to impact the world. We're going to impact the world. We're going to touch lives. We're going to make people better. We're going to bring out potential. Potential is the treasure. We're going to bring it out from people. People have it, they don't see it, so they die with it. Our job, our mission is to make people better, add value to people. And that being said, fantastic day today. I'm so glad I can start up my day with this energy. It's power. I'm so glad. Every time I train guys, I train myself, because as I'm talking, I'm listening to my voice. I'm taking it in. I'm not just giving out, I'm taking it in. But our job is not to just receive. Our job is to give out. So that being said, we'll be on the calls tomorrow, again in the morning. Ed, you wanted to say something?
It's okay to, Maxwell, it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you don't answer, okay?
I'll keep talking.
We'll see you.
I will make sure, I'm going to make sure my 5,000 downlines are alive. They're not in the graveyard, because the ones in the graveyard might not have, maybe they died with their treasure. I need people that are alive.
We'll see everyone tomorrow. I'll see everyone tomorrow. God bless you and your family, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. See you tomorrow.
Have a lovely day.
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, then. Bye.
Bye.